Great to see you again. You were in my campaign office prior to, I think, election day, and we release funds and we oversee policies, and we see the dollar to values. Going in there now, I get the whole picture, how the country is running, how we investing, how we spending. The first thing I have launched a red tape review in more growth and economy, and especially in energy sector. Canada can become a superpower in G7.
Global unrest, the international pressure is going on with the US and Trump and the tariffs and other, destabilizing factors like the war, the genocide in Gaza. Assalamu alaikum. I am Ahmed Ramadan from Muslim Network TV, and this is GTA Muslims Today. I'm here with Minister, the Honorable Shafqat Ali. Shafqat Ali, thank you so much for joining us.
Assalamu alaikum, Ahmed. Great to see you.
Wa alaikum
and thank
assalam.
You for being here today.
So you are the president of the Treasury Board as the minister. Congratulations on your appointment. What does that mean? Tell our viewers.
First of all, thank you so much. Great to see you again. You were in my campaign office prior to, I think, election day. And today in our constituency office, I welcome you here. Treasury Board President is that it has a secretariat which is called TBS, Treasury Board Secretariat. So I had that Treasury Board Secretariat, which is employer of a public service, which include all public service employees in Canada, D&D, Defense, RCMP, CBSA, any public service employees that union negotiation, we do it as a Treasury Board, and also we put forward main estimates. The transfer to provinces for healthcare, for childcare, for other any investment and spending transfers to provinces and territories. That is called in main estimate, and we put forward as a president of Treasury Board. I submit to House, and those are some tasks I have as a president of Treasury Board. This is like an intersection.
It sounds like a lot of work.
Anything goes related to finance, whether it's infrastructure, whether it's housing, whether it's salaries, whether it's a transfer to provinces and territories, it has to go through a Treasury Board.
Yeah.
Treasury Board approves it, and then funds are released.
Yeah, that's a lot of responsibility.
It is. I am so humbled and honored, and I'm so grateful to our Prime Minister, Mark Carney, for his interest in me, for appointing me as president of the Treasury Board. This is a very important role, and finance minister allocates funds, and we release funds, and we oversee policies, and we see the dollar to values. That does it make sense? Should we move forward on this or not? So that it has a lot of work, and I am grateful to be appointed as the president of the Treasury Board.
So you've been in government for a few terms now. You're obviously familiar with this position, but did anything when you were appointed minister you weren't aware of that, just was surprising maybe slightly?
I think it's going into Treasury Board that gives you a different perspective of how government is run. It is, I think it's going in there now, I get the whole picture, how the country is running, how we investing, how we spending, how we're collecting. So it's just, this whole lot gets into Treasury Board, and it has changed perspective, and it has opened up more spectrum of my vision. And there's just so much to do for this country. This is an amazing opportunity for me, and to do something great for the Canadians, and to assist our Prime Minister to deliver his priorities, his commitments during the election.
So I know this is an important role, and Canadians are waiting on this, you hit the floor running. What is or a couple of your priorities that you've taken on right away?
So the top priority is to build the strongest economy in the G7. That is the commitment our Prime Minister Mark Carney has made during the election, and to invest more and spend less. So as a Treasury Board President, the first thing I have launched a red tape review, which means that how we can simplify the regulations for approval process to delivery of services to Canadian, to the business, to how we eliminate outdated regulations, which slows the process of approval. So, and delivery and services for Canadians. So that is something we have asked to every minister to look into the portfolios, to submit, bring forward proposals that how we can eliminate duplication in regulations, how we can eliminate the red tape, and how we can make it easy doing businesses in Canada and delivery of services in Canada, and how we can improve growth in our economy to make a strongest economy in the G7. So that is something we have launched and waiting for the proposals.
So when you talk about the strongest economy in the G7, what does that look like to you? What do you want to see accomplished, when you say the strongest economy in the G7?
See, look, the economy where the doing business is much easier, much faster. So you don't, let's say, for example, you want to get a permit. You have to go through departments to get the permits, which might take longer. That means you're waiting, you're paying rent, you're wasting your money, you're wasting your resources, just waiting for those approvals. So our vision is to make it faster, make it streamline those processes, so you get faster approval, do your business, and create more jobs and contribute into our economy. And similarly, we're eliminating, as this new government with this vision of Prime Minister Mark Carney, to build one economy instead of 13 economies in Canada. Every province has a different rules. So with one Canadian Economy Act, which has been passed, that we're working on removing those barriers between provinces and territories, so we can build by Canadian and for Canadian. So we can unlock potential of major projects of national interest. So which means high-paying jobs, massive investments in Canada, and more growth in the economy, and especially in energy sector. Canada can become a superpower in G7.
Yeah, I was watching a press conference with many of the premiers, and they were discussing some of the cross-border obstacles that happen just between provinces, and eliminating some of that. I think that kind of fits in with the One Canada economy. But you also step in at a time when there is a little bit of global unrest. The international pressure is going on with the U.S. and Trump and the tariffs, and other, destabilizing factors like the war, the genocide in Gaza. How do you take, from Canada's perspective, you got to take a lot of these factors into account to make this work? We'll be continuing this conversation. Thank you for watching part 1. Part 2 will be coming up very soon.